If you please just state your name for the record.
Sure, it's E. Jonathan Hardy from New Britain, Connecticut. I've spoken in front of a bunch of you before. First, I'm going to deviate considerably from what I already had written because of some comments I've heard recently. First of all, I am the Legislative Affairs Coordinator for the Connecticut Citizens Defense League, an organization that's only been around for barely 4 years, and we've grown immensely. I think that point has been abundantly clear by how many people are here today that are against a lot of this nonsense. You know, yes, there's snow outside and a lot of parents couldn't be here, but you know what? Unlike a comment I just heard in the hallway, I'm a single father. I didn't replace my manhood when I bought a gun, but I made arrangements to be here today, and I will continue to do that. Most of what is being proposed here absolutely will not work. If more guns is the problem, how come in all these cities where we've got all this extensive high gun control, the crime is running rampant? It simply does not matter. I'm going to look at some of the stuff here as I deviate, but give you a couple of examples. All this attack on the assault weapons bill. Many of you are educated now that the assault weapons is a ridiculous made-up, term, so we're not even going to get into that. Stuff that's banned on there, bayonet mount. I grew up in this neighborhood during the highest crime wave that we had in the 80s and the 90s. I never saw a drive-by bayoneting in my life. Flash hider, all guns go bang. It's a stupid thing to have on this list. Pistol grip. Pistol grip is a very interesting thing. A lot of people are saying that's an evil feature. My mother, who is disabled, who's also one of my students, as I'm a firearm instructor, that's one of the things that actually she can use to actually practice a sport that she used to love before her debilitating condition got worse. She still enjoys that time that we have. Magazine capacity. Oh, this is a beautiful one. You want to neuter a citizen's magazine capacity, but not law enforcement? Those of us that have to defend ourselves, that have been victims of violent crime, we're the first line of defense, not the second. We need to have that right to be able to defend ourselves. Unfortunately, a criminal, like you guys keep talking about with these active shooters, they're not going to follow the law. It's a thrill for them. It's not a thrill for us, so it's not exactly very easy when you're defending yourself to switch magazines. Let me see. One of the bills I thought was really hilarious was required insurance. Most companies, you think being the insurance capital of the world here, that bill wouldn't exactly go very far. If I decided to burn my house down tomorrow, the insurance company is not going to say, "You burned your house? Oh, we're still going to give you money." For willful acts of misconduct, it's not going to be covered under any of those insurance plans. That's just not going to work. Increased taxes on firearms, accessories, and ammunition. That's a really great one because, growing up in this neighborhood, why should a law-abiding citizen like myself not be able to afford to get practice, training, and defense, or learn self-defense, but the people out in the suburbs that can because they can afford it? That type of bill will only affect the people that can't afford it the most and need it the most. There are law-abiding citizens actually in the 8 our cities. I'll wrap that up, sorry about that. But last but not least, gun control just simply does not work. Long gun registries, like has also been proposed. Microstamping is another great one. We're going to sit there and propose that we're going to use a technology that doesn't exist, that's a law in 2 other states that hasn't solved a single crime. This is insane. Why don't we start empowering our citizens a little bit better instead of coddling the criminals? And it also goes with killing this early release program that's been absolutely nonsense, that's killed a couple of people in my neighborhood since it's been incepted.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.